Hello there. In this series I was sent by Hero of him playing Parappa, so I've got 3 games here today. And I think this is, was this Tanab or something similar to that. Very jungly map. We got Hero here in the teal, or the cyan with the Gungans, and then we got Parappa here in the red with the New Republic. We've got quite a few of these blurgs, jungle blurgs. Pretty good with the red there. They're going into the nurseries. Give that passive food income. Let's speed it up just to get through T1. Some Aura Bird chicks. Only 100 food on these little guys. Be a pain to be scout learning. At least these tupas here, they kept their 140 food. I don't know why my knocks get knocked down 100. It feels bad. Seem like the same size as these. And there's some, what is this, little chicks then. And then there's the big Aura Bird that can be lured somewhere. Hanging out with its younglings. So plenty of food to keep the players going. And this map's kind of like flats. It's like a jungle version of flats really when you look at it. You've got the cliffs, the tree clusters. The only thing it has a little bit different on flats is it's got a lot of elevation in the centre parts and straggler trees and stuff, which kind of make it like a little bit of a labyrinth. Troop centre going down here for Hero. Majority of the workers on Carbon, so probably going to look to play some sort of Mountie aggression here. Parappa on the other hand with a lot more on food. So looking to play a more standard sort of opener. So getting tucked into the old Jogan berries there. The blueberries. And Hero looking to get his power core down soon, I would think. Oh, he's doing the power core. Oh, he can afford it though. I don't know what he's up to. He needs to build a house as well. Yeah, he's got the house timing okay. Shouldn't get supply blocked here. Because he's now making 2 things at a time. He needs his food drop there, just to keep the worker production going. A little bit idle. He's got a lot going on, building the power core, luring the Aura Bird. He's got his mount, he just popped out as well. Just got to be sent Parappa's way, try and do some damage there. Parappa right up on the edge of the map, so it's a lot of time before this reaches him. Missing those Aura Bird chicks. I suppose he's got these tupas, and the tupas are better. And this is only 600 food. Jungle actually, that's a terrifying thought. So the 2 Mounties are kind of linking up with this scout here. I think he's desperately trying to find his opponent. And he has found him now. He has to run through the command center though. Takes a little bit of damage. Not really actually, didn't land any shots. It's only the scout that's been hitting him. 3 sets of 3 damage there, 9 damage. And now harassing those workers and pushing them off the tupas here. It's quite a bit of food he's getting denied access to at the moment. Parappa is on the way to T2 though, he does have his troop centre already down halfway through. Trooper recruit here. Workers are trying to just survive. One goes down though. Does have basic training. Meanwhile, Hero back at home, he can afford T2 now. He's got some 4 farms down, he's got a lot on food. He maybe needs to get these guys across to Carbon. A little bit idles there. So he's trying to micro everything, keep his Mounties alive. Managing to keep the scout alive too, it's on 4 HP. And this is a lot of idle time for Parappa, just sort of building up here. Power core on the way. What happened to that trooper recruits? I assume maybe one did pop out and get killed. Out they pop. Hero going to have to give up his aggression here and head on back to base. Making a couple of trooper recruits. It looks like he's doing a lot of walling here. Wouldn't take much to close out space fully, I think. Maybe just go for that tech level 3. He hasn't actually invested too much in food though. He's got still a lot in carbon, but only 1 troop centre. Quite a lot of carbon built up. So interesting to see what he decides to do. If he wants to fully commit to rushing. Looks like a lot of workers just popped all their food back in. He's sort of hovering around that 500 amount. He could just go for a T3. Got a medic pop out here. He's got 3 troopers heading towards Parappa. It's actually 3 on 3 here. And neither player's actually got range at the moment. Right, Hero just got his. Parappa does have the hill though. Looks like the hill was enough there to give it the range advantage. I don't notice this bird here. That's another 300 food. I don't want to pull that one home. Rather than wall it out. What's Parappa doing at home here? Walled out his paracord with a light wall just in case his opponent maybe trying to sneak in while he's out on the map. He's got a lot of troopers, but he doesn't feel like he can go out and push out. He's playing very defensive at the moment, but there's a lot of food built up. I think he should maybe just play for T3 himself. A lot of walling. No carbon upgrade though. Don't show either. No. So none of the economic upgrades. You can kind of afford them. Hero on the other hand, dropping that mech factory, dropping that spaceport, walling out this area with the spaceport. Let's see, closing everything off with light wall as well. Looks like he's going to send his mounties out just to be annoying or do some scouting for him, rather than just have them at home here. And some big healing out of this medic. It's healed both these mounties to full. It's healing his troopers to full. He's got a nice bit of land just walled in there. Parappa, take this forward carbon now. Not really had the best carbon spawns here. Just surprising given there's so much on this map. And he just feels compelled to sort of stand around here. Not dropped any turrets though. He could drop turrets and move out if he wanted to. But Hero just on his way to T3 taking advantage of this. And Parappa could do the same. And if we have a quick look, I don't think he's ahead in workers. A little bit behind in economy because of all that idle time I think. But this is a very close game. Let's see why he couldn't go T3. Spaceport on the go. Getting delayed here with these mounties just a little bit. They just make 2 troopers, they can go over and clean that up for him. It does need to get that building down and get another one, which you can't afford. He isn't placed yet though. And his opponent is about to hit T3. Getting close. Parappa moving his troops out now, he just feels like he has to for some reason. I don't know why he didn't do it earlier. He kind of walked in and then walked back and indecisive. I think maybe now he realises his opponent might just be going T3. I guess he's maybe expecting a lot more aggression out of Hero. He sees he hits T3 there. Parappa just needs to put another bit on. He's going to GG. I don't know, that seems a bit premature to me. Is he dead? You can only afford 1 airbase right now. I don't know. It seems like a really weird resign to me. He's just not placed his building. I don't know. He's tilted for some reason. I think he was fine economically though. I think that was just going to go into a normal T3 game. I don't think he was going to take too much damage. So Hero in the second game here, Zan Consortium, Parappa, First Order in the red. Same map again, are they just playing the same map? Is this the new Jakku? jungle flats. And luring the chicks right at the start here for a bit of food. This feels awful though, because I feel like you have to just keep doing it. If it being 100 food. At least when it, like things were 140 food, like you could just go out for a little bit and then come back and do it. They eat this so quickly. It's only 2 workers. That's only 4 workers too. Here, having to do the same. Is that all the food there is? I wouldn't feel too bad then luring those. It's not. I feel like you get stuck luring these things, and then you find that there's nerfs or lure, like proper lure. Food, that's lazy. Lazy, man. Suppose you will need it. Suppose I can go towards this carbon. Haven't had much luck this series for carbon. This one seems a bit rubbish as well. Carbon processor coming down. I hope we don't have an idle CC though. But we do. Oof. Feels a bit brutal. Here are the same though. Done the same thing too. The only way to really keep it going was to just perma-lure these chicks. Get your carbon earlier and then, you know, build your food processor in a nice spot and just farm towards your carbon. Not the most generous map for food, this one. 0 spawn on the berries, 0 nerfs, 0 lure. Just 5 or 6 of these chicks. And I'm going to have to speed up to get out of T1, man, because it's just going to be like, watch us build all the farms in the world. Hero saying he has 0 lure. His opponent saying me too. What a surprise. The farm off has begun. Hero get house though. This Parappa I think is in the lead here. But 3 workers. Oof. Oof. Maybe 2. Is it 2? Yeah, I'd say 2. If you get the timing right. The farms are being lane. Lane. The question is if they try to rush from here or they just go into T3. As you see with this map, it's kind of easy to wall things out, usually. Because all the cliffs and tree clusters. I think I'm probably more likely that both of them will T3. Oh, hero though. Parappa's definitely going for it. He's got a wall being constructed already. He's actually quite in the corner here, you can see. Unless there's some sort of mad gap in there somewhere, but I don't think so. He should be able to actually close this off with one of his buildings. He doesn't seem keen to wait for it. Looks like he's walled in his scout here. He's going to bash it to death. Some big moves from Parappa there. I thought he was a way to delete his Nova processor accidentally though. Hero's going to be feeling a little bit hard done by here as he rallies some troopers across, but his opponent's walled in. I think the best he could really do is sit. Oh, he's going to put his building down, I guess. Better not let him in though. I wonder if Hero can find a way to delay it. He's missing one range at the moment. I assume it's on the way. That's a little bit greedy. No range. It limits what you can do here, like on the coast. He forces the turret though. Oh, Parappa needed the turret, like. Does he really need all that Nova? I don't know. Could just use a spaceport. He's first order too, right? So only needs one building. You can just sell carbon food. Click up. Here we're actually getting a couple of workers here in a second turret. I don't feel like Parappa needed to do this. Does he not realise? I mean, advancing requires one fewer, but he just needs spaceport, right? He's like waiting for his back factory. And he spent all the Zora. I think this kind of brings Hero back in the game. Him delaying his T3 here and building the two turrets. It's going to make it quite nice for Hero to just go into air when he hits T3. Like, he's already got so much on Nova. He'll get 100 Nova when he advances with Zan's bonus too. He'll have quite a comfy like air T3 and then just fly over the walls, right? And your opponent will have the ore to drop a turret, so you'll have to rely on his own air. And it slows your ability to get command centers down as well. I need that ore. He's just sitting here, just out of range, trying to be annoying. Scout a little bit. And their T3s are almost the same time since Parappa delayed his. Get power core now. Irrigation, did it get carbon? Yeah, we did. Here on the other hand, carbon irrigation, yeah. Getting Nova beam drill as well, it does have a lot on it, so it should pay off. Parappa hits T3, and then Hero's just about to hit T3 as well. And I think Hero will be a little bit easier time just getting the double airbase dropped. There's one here as well. That's exactly where I was going to build them. I think it's really the only way, so I think you can maybe get there. Parappa getting that carbon upgrade. Hero not so much. Hero at the moment actually getting the turret. So that's the difference he's going to have, where it feels a little bit easier for him to move out, but he's not actually got anything queued up, which just seems like a bit of a mistake. It's quite a little while we're going here. Where's the fighters at? Use up 2 each. I feel like you could have gotten a couple of fighters by now though. Parappa has a strike mech going around there, but it looks like Hero's done some very good walling. I don't even know if there's any opportunities for him to sit anywhere with a strike mech and do some damage. I don't think so. It's going to turn into a very sort of passive aggressive T3 airing game. This will be a nice command center, or in all the Novas together. Hero really needs to upgrade its carbon, I think. I've got there maybe getting hit by his other farms running out. You see a lot of them being rebuilt right now. Kind of eats up the carbon on this sort of food start. Slows everything down a little bit, but Parappa is managing to squeeze out that command center. I wonder if I can see anything. That's kind of a big carbon lead he's got. 700. I don't think that's all the upgrade. Might just be like a bit of distribution. We do have Hero on the ore a little bit. Can't quite check. Workers are very comparable. Hero trying to come in here, but Parappa has a lot of fighters. I think Hero's just a little bit behind in fighters because he didn't queue up his fighters for a while, so... But what he does have going for him are the turrets, and he's going to invite this pressure from Parappa now, so maybe he can find a way to, you know, kill off these 4 fighters. There's all the walls on the outskirts too, so you should see them ahead of time when they try to sneak in. Parappa looks like he's going like right up to the edge of the map. He does know where his opponent is. Looks like he's going right round all the way, trying to find an area where he can do some damage. At the same time, Hero feels like he's going to move out, and Parappa is actually reliant on his fighters to defend himself. And at this moment in time, he doesn't have... he built all that off of one airbase too. He never went double airbase. He has no turrets. He has the garrison here. He's going to move in, but where he's moving is to a turret. And so the only real place he can sit is here and camp this command center right now. While Hero can just come in here and maybe kill workers and stuff. Because there's not much of a deterrent. It's 1v6 here at the moment at home. And these workers are stranded right now. He does get 1. Trades 1 for 1. Okay, that's going to slow down a little bit of the DPS here. But it looks like he had here camp in this command center. It's been cleared up by the built up fighters from Hero. Hero kind of moving around a little bit too much and giving him a bit of time there to build that turret. I think he could have caught a lot of workers here. But he can camp these, and there's quite a lot stuck here, garrisoned in the command center. And then these guys are all idle after panic building that turret. Hero seems a little bit impatient, just moving around, and he's giving... I mean, this is a worse trade, right? Setting up here. He's moving around, and it's allowing Parappa to get turrets down where he wouldn't be able to if he just stayed there. You have to remember he's on 1 airbase too, so he's built up 2 fighters. He takes a little bit of a trade there, but only kills off 1. Reinforcing fighters as well. Another of his command centers just stuck here at the moment. These strike mechs have been completely useless because of the walls. To be honest, I feel like Hero could actually rally bombers and kill the command center. You can see Parappa's starting to crawl. I think he would have to double turret to save it. Like, I genuinely think he'd have to turret here, and he'd have to turret here, just to, like, keep this command center alive. If you just rally 2 bombers right now. Either that, or go into a heavy weapons factory. So 3 turrets now. Still just 1 airbase though. Parappa's just not, he's not making any more fighters. He's fully reliant on turrets. And this is all Zor and Nova camped up here as well. I think Hero should have played around this a lot more. He's kind of letting him off. He's trying to get the worker kills rather than just play for what he's already gained here. Just bomb this into oblivion. And you can see Parappa being sneaky in these moments, and Hero should see this. Getting this turret up on the hill here, and it's going to cover both these ores. Could still bomb here though. He's thrown it away. He's getting fed up with hanging around, and I don't know what his anxiety is to pull all his air back, considering Parappa's only 1 airbase, but he lets him off the hook. But he has constructed a lot of turrets, so that's going to be the 5th advanced, well not advanced, the 5th anti-air turret here. And we had 2 light turrets as well, so there's a lot of ore going into this. And Hero's probably just thinking, well, I'll just boom it home now. He's put all that ore down. I can get my eco going, and maybe I can, you know, waddle over there and do a forward or something like that. Parappa's getting motivator. Built up a lot of carbon during all of that. And I'd say he's kind of struggling for space a little bit. Like, he needs these outer command centers as places he can place his farms. Comes Hero again. I feel like he's over microing now. If he was gonna just pull back, he should have just stayed. He needs to focus on himself now, I think. Your opponent's made like 5 turrets. Time to go home and you know, transition to something else because you're not an air civ. Can maybe play for the holocrons. You've seen Parappa made that Ren temple. These heavy weapons factories. Parappa's maybe going to start rallying some artillery or something, or get some A-mobiles. He's really committed to anti-air. See what he wants to do with those. Here on the other hand, built up so much carbon, needs to get a few more farms down. Or get some military infrastructure down. Where do we stand now in terms of workers, economy? Hero with a sort of 10 lead there. Kind of ahead in pretty much all metrics other than ore. We're not really surprised about that for sure. And he is getting his own temple. Going to try and get these holocrons. He scouted 2 of them. Holos will be so important going forward if this is going to turn into a long game, having that extra Nova. Some very good Nova units for Zan and those Rancors and the Assault Mechs. I think the Assault Mechs and... I think mainly the Assault Mechs are what going to find good value against First Order. Because I don't think the Rancors are going to be too good into them just because they're faster firing repeaters and they can make those jet troopers too, and I think their DPS output would be enough to just smash those Rancors, but the Assault Mechs and their bonus damage will be very strong. That big area of effect. What do the heavy weapons factories actually doing? I don't think they really did anything. Money, maybe. Sort of scouting with it. It's the first I've seen that. Getting some units out here. Maybe trying to find a position you can build a fortress. He's getting his Izor up to about that point. Maybe get a forward down. Hero is on his way to T4, halfway there. Quick check, see where everyone is. Their upgrades. Yep. Over 2. Over 2. Doesn't have a second farm one yet. Kind of surprising though how many farms. Yes. Important one to miss, I feel. I want to save that carbon and get all those troop centres down and get those troopers out, man. Or those mechs, whatever you decide to go with First Order. I think a fortress would be really good. Just around here, maybe. Providing he does get the wall down. Because you don't want your opponent just sitting, you know, a cannon here, happily. But there's a lot of Nova and ore to contest Hero in this area, and Hero doesn't have much. Not yet, anyway. Just getting his military infrastructure down, a few strike mechs. You know, won't have any of his war centre upgrades really, just a couple. Since he's opened air, we're playing around air. But he does have his fighters, he seems to be chasing this Ren Initiate. Being annoying, maybe trying to stop him getting some of these holocrons. We've got 1 for Hero, 1 for Parappa. This Pummel getting into position here, looks like a bit of a battering ram. Hero picking up second holo. Initiate's gonna die soon, Monday. In the next hour or so he will die. And Parappa building his units back. T4 Zan will be kind of scary for him. Especially if he gets those heavy strike mechs with all that flat damage. You know, they're going to be quite scary for First Order being, you know, such a infantry heavy sort of civilization. See that upgrade started, the phased pulse cannons here. Jungle Ackley trying to harass. It's pretty cool, I like it. That camo look to it. Blends in very well. The strike mech's coming in here trying to get some damage, but a couple of MDs could shoot the workers. There's not a lot of damage on them yet. Got their second range upgrade. Anti-air batteries, man. What is Parappa up to? He's not even an air civ. He's gone way too overboard with his anti-air. He's built them everywhere. Spent a lot of ore on this. He was just building up the mechs. Two almost to one. Still two out there. And here it doesn't have any workers out on the map yet to get forward, but it's sort of pushing into Parappa's base here. Parappa has a few units though. Moving at fluffy rabbit speed with these pummels. Got 4 pummels that are desperately trying to get in the way and maybe tank some damage, but not doing much. And you see up to +5 damage now on the strike mechs. Can get up to 9. And damage output quite high here. Parappa getting a shield down.
We stand ready to fight.
Maybe best served with mech destroyers and grenade troopers against Zan here. I think there'd be a lot of value in actually him getting a fortress down and making jet troopers to maybe go and harass his opponent. I think you find very good opportunities just moving across. He's at the left hand side flying over those tree lines and hitting the workers. They've got such good DPS output. Granted, you know, Hero can make a couple of strike mechs to defend, but you know, you can take advantage of that mobility. Just move in, kill workers, move away. Strike mechs can't chase you over the tree lines. He does still have his fighters though, which would be quite good for defending maybe. Might be better to just keep them. If he dives in, he's definitely going to lose them for sure. That might be an idea though, him being supply capped right now. Looks like he will. Nobody even got fast fighter though. Just scouting a little bit with them. Going to rely on the strike mechs instead to get into position here. Parappa just seems like he's really struggling to get like a good defense here. He's got entirely onto heavy mech destroyers, which he's going. I think Zan are going to beat him a little bit in that regard, in terms of tech and cost efficiency. Because I mean, they do have that. You get 10% off their mechs, you know. There's their fortress bonus if they want to make the assault mechs. And then, of course, they've got phase pulse cannon, so they get an extra 2+ attack as well. I think they're sort of similar in terms of HP. Sort of technicians versus advanced redesign. Now they've got their ones yet though. I think the technicians is better for the assault mechs for sure. The advanced redesigns. I know it's going to be better for the strike mechs, but I can't remember if it's better for the mech destroyers or not. I think maybe not. Maybe it's about equal. We'll see if they ever get it. Parappa has absolutely managed to smash that initial max. Because a lot of Hero's attention is microing these strike mechs into the base here. He will be finding workers, but I don't know if it's good for him to lose his forward here. Although Parappa has taken sort of control here, moved into the shield with the units, but he doesn't have any cannons, no fortress. Heroes actually killing a lot of workers here. Up to +6 damage. Let's see Hero maybe start building up some cannons. I'll at least keep them garrisoned for now, try and get some more mechs here. Problem is all his infrastructure is in his base, it's got to go all the way around. There's Parappa, this has a short walk here. It's a heavy pummel, man, what a pummel enjoyer. I'll try and take down this fortress with it. I have to move his mech destroyers forward to try and cover them. Cover the pummel here, because the pummel's going to die very quickly to the mech destroyers if they focus it. He does get into a good position here. Might need some more pummels though. Going to rely on them to take it down. Hero on the other hand is going to set up a new forward here and just try and keep Parappa contained here. A lot of his workers in his tree lines, you know, forward facing this area. There's this Nova pile as well, which he's going to want in the future. So these big pummels showing up. Looks like Hero will lose this position. 3 pummels now are definitely going to knock this down. And not enough DPS from these mech destroyers that are existing. But the second fortress will go up. And the cannons managed to get out. What's this jungle actually up to though? Where's it going? Oh, they hate workers so much, don't they? It's like a game of duck, duck, goose there. Who was it going to choose? And I'll be surprised at Parappa here as he's just killed off that forward, and I'm surprised he finds there's a new one. Here's still got this air just moving around the map. Still those 2 holocrons up for grabs. This seems like a much better position for Hero though, in terms of rallying his units. Let's eat this Nova in peace too. He gets a nice hill here. Just needs to watch, because I think a cannon can kind of hit him from here, which he might not be able to reach. If that's in range, yeah, that'll be hard to contest, because they've got the tree line in the front. And the shield's not really up yet. So it's 225 health now on these heavy mech destroyers versus the 175 of Parappa's. He does not have technicians. Up to +8 damage now on these MDs too. He'll be looking strong. What I am surprised is just so little Nova being splashed around. Heroes mined 5k of it, but not really made any assault mechs or anything like that. You could also make defilers, which would be really good. I think defilers would actually be really strong here just to add in. You can even make an air cruiser, sit it here and just do some pot shots. It would take care of his tree line problem. Let him get to that cannon. Parappa, I feel like Parappa needs to sprawl out a little bit over here now as well, since he's kind of lost access to this area. Another cannon can slide into that nice sweet spot. You see Hero's struggling to hit these. He might actually come in and dive them. He doesn't want to lose the fortress, he's repairing it now. Getting veteran defiler. He just had the thought. He has ambitions to keep the fortress alive, but that's 2 cannons hitting it now. The other thing for, you know, Zan as well is that every standing fortress slightly reduces the Nova cost of the fortress units, so. You know, ideally you want to keep them up. Assault mech popping out now. There's a lot of MDs there though, and he's lost all his front line. He's tried to go for the cannons. He really needed to just make an AC and just shoot this out of the way. And then he could have just walked forward and, you know, two-volleyed them and then walked back into the shield. And the fortress would be okay. It'd be on Parappa to maybe try and, you know, cannon it from here then. Again, he could walk into these areas. And now Parappa can move forward. And Hero's queued up a lot of his Nova here. Parappa just seems kind of spent. He's making some jet troopers here. Catching these assault mechs, but again, they don't have anything to like meat shield for them. And Zan's assault mechs, they're not very tanky. Because that advanced redesign is not as good as Technicians because they have such a high base health. Adding to that, they were not heavy at the time as well, I think. Still no Technicians. You can afford it too, it's food and ore. Kinda just forgotten that. But he has the bigger standing army. It's up to 375 health now, but they're gonna suck on their own. New fortress trying to get these defilers out. But here we go, we can see the jet troopers are gonna start raiding now. He hasn't really gotten much upgrades for them, but they're so mobile they can get into positions. Here I just feel like he's just gonna GG because of that. Yeah, I don't think he was dead. I think he could have just rallied a couple of his... I mean, he can use his fighters still. Why don't you just get a fast fighter and you just use them to defend the jet troopers, and you're okay. His biggest problem is just he needs to get a bunch of frontline together for his assault mechs, because he's just been popping these out one at a time into the face of all these Might Destroyers and losing them. And there was a third game provided, I believe. Fake precipice here. Noses Nightmare of a Rivers map. Yozusk. Not seen him before. A Sleen. That's a terrifying looking lizard. And the swamp blurgs are getting some rare blurgs to do. 340 food on the Sleen, so. What a Flumpa set used to be, right? Or a Jew, where's a Jew back? How many nerfs have we got? 6. 6 nerfs, a couple of lure. 150 on these, oof. A juicy one to push to the CC. Question is though, do you start doing that or do you find your opponent? Wait, what do you want to do here? You want to mounty? You want to play legit? What's it going to be? Sleen behind the carbon here. Person's up to 3 lure. Is there 4 lure? God damn. Is there 4 over here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 5. Is there 5? 5's wild. I guess so. The Gundark, the classic. So what are we up to? Any insights? 4 on food. I mean, I would guess the hero's going to mount you right here. Look at how many he's sending across the carbon processor. And Parappa again, 7 on food, just 4 on carbon. So I'd assume that he's just going to try and play defensive, normal build. I'll make a house here, I assume. Might need to start luring more Sleens though. Be quite tempting to go in food pro, so these are kind of out of the way, which is going to feel kind of bad. They're too awkward to push because of the trees in the way. It's kind of been shafted in that regard. Like, this is unethical compared to this. You should see a troop center dropped in a moment here for Hero. See, he's got the 160. Just sort of about that time, you know. Doing it at the front of the base here. If I pull these sleens over. I think Parappa could wall this in, which might be nice if he gets mounted. I just think it really sucks that this is all the way over here. It's like asking for a food processor, but then you just couldn't defend it. And then your opponent can do this, you know? And I mean, that's fine. Like, you could just run to your CC if you were getting mounted or something. Two houses for Parappa and Troop Center. A lot of guys building stuff right now. House for a moment. Still got the slate. Needs to grab this one up. Doesn't want the Mounties coming across and killing it or something. Two queued up without power core. Power core on the way though. You see the value of queuing it up before you get your PC. I mean, in this instance, one of them is actually probably going to finish. I don't see Hero planning to continue it though. Surprised to see him putting down some farms, man. He's still got three visible lure right now, and he's building farms, which is beyond me. Didn't rally any workers to Nova, so you can only make 2 Mounties, and then that's it. Oh, this is a bad time, man. While you're luring your sloon, hopefully he can get it. Still chasing him. Oh, Trooper Crew actually blocking the Mountie there from... No, what the hell, Parappa? Oh, saved. Don't want to lose it. Don't... I'd quit after that. This is the one thing he didn't want to happen there. He just had to hit stop command on the Trooper. Oh no. That's a bad time. Minus 340 food right there. If you don't know if the military units get the kill, it doesn't, you know, like create a carcass, right? It has to be a worker. It's a rage food processor. Oh, you could have used that food big time. Everyone's idle now. He's got a lot of carb in here. He's so slamming down so many farms. It does have 6 nerfs though. I don't know if he needs to make like 1,000,000 farms, you know? Maybe we could have got second troop center and clicked the button and started getting a good amount of troops out, right? You've got double troop center here for Hero. Hero he's way ahead to T2 though. But he got to eat all these Lobels, man. I mean, when you add them up, 300, 600, 900, like, it's kind of deceptive, right? 150 each. Here is T2, Trooper macro on the way. Parappa still got a bit to go, and he's moving out onto the map, and he's walling this base in. Which means I think he is going to collide before he's got the upgrades that he'd want. He's desperately trying to get out of the way right now and stall a little bit longer. Because he'll want to get that Trooper upgrade, and he'll want to get that macro. It looks like he cancelled Trooper Recruit here. He's probably hovering these right now, waiting. Yeah, they are queued up. Finishes his wall here. And luckily, the Troopers went the opposite way. Gonna go for this corner piece. And maybe Parappa can sandwich the troops here. There's Trooper now. He's on top of a hill though. He's got that scout to tank from. You know, maybe he's lucky he killed the wall. His units were going to do it for him there. And Parappa walking into peril there. And this is going to be a really good trade for Hero. And I think he can just move in here. Parappa needs to make 2 turrets ASAP right here. It could be a 30% of the way through them, through each one right now. If it could effectively be done by the time the troopers get over. Probably almost done right now. If he'd, he's just going to call GG. I don't think he was dead. See? I think he could just make the turrets. But it doesn't want to. So, Hero going to take that game there. So, Hero kind of taking 2 of the really short games there, but Parappa taking the longer macro game there, though. So, some interesting games. GG, well played to both guys involved there. And if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you want to get involved in these types of games, you'll find our GG Discord server down in the description field. To invite for that, one for the Expanding Fronts mod. And you'll find a PayPal link if you want to support the channel another way. Maybe buy me a coffee. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.